What is going on, my peeps? Man, Versatile's back with another video. Back. It's been a long time. Yes, you guys know I had caught COVID-19, the Delta variant, and I've been recovering over the past few weeks. It took me 14 days, the last week and a half or so, getting my energy back, getting rid of the cough, so that way I can come back and talk to you guys about what we like to do on this channel, which is talk about tech. And yes, we are talking about the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip3 One UI4, based off of Android 12 beta 1. Yes, now for some of you guys that have been on the channel for a while, you guys know I do my reviews and everything. The one thing I have not been able to drop for this phone yet is the official review. Yes, I've dropped plenty of coverage over the phone overall, different aspects of the phone, things that I've liked or highlighted, but I've not dropped the official review. So be sure to stay tuned for that, because I should have the review coming in relatively soon. I would say within maybe the next week and a half or so, as I still continue to kind of work my consistency schedule for YouTube. But one of the things that I've appreciated about the One UI4 so far on this beautiful here Z Flip 3 is the fact that it's been stable for the most part. Now, one of the initial issues that we have ran into, or that I've ran into when using this phone, is when you swipe, you're going to get an immediate error message from Samsung Pay. Yes, the gestures feature that I like to use anyway, and most of us may like to use with the phone instead of using the 3 buttons at the bottom. Yes, it's got a bug there, and they know about it. If you go into the Samsung Members app, I'm currently within the One UI beta program, as you guys can see here. And one of the things that you can do is click on beta notices, and it'll let you know some of the things that they've already caught and that they're trying to fix. So as you guys see right here, Samsung Pay keeps popping up an error report. They already know it. This is how they address it. They let you know that the update for Samsung Pay for after 4.0.60 is the fix for that. So it's more of an app issue than it is an beta issue. Now, this beta dropped November 1st, as you guys can see here. First beta software update was November 1st. We're still waiting on additional beta drops. I'm guessing we may only get 2 or 3 at most. Currently, it's been what, 2 weeks since the first drop, so I'm guessing we may only get 2 or 3. We may get one this week, and then we may get one at the very end of November before we see a stable release. Yes, some of you guys know, since today is November 15th as a recording of this video, Samsung has dropped the official stable One UI4 for the Galaxy S21. They ran their beta program like a month before the Z Flip 3, and I think it was only about 3 beta updates before they finally dropped the stable release. So shout out to Samsung for continuing to speed up their ability to get these updates out to their phones. Remember, we used to have to wait like a whole year, or almost a year, 8 months or so after the official Google drop. We had to wait a long time. Now they're getting the updates out, and also within the beta program, they let you know in the community people who's responding to your suggestions and tips. As you guys can see here, you can do tips, suggestions, questions, and the moderators within the beta program have been very responsive as well. So shout out to Samsung for having a very cohesive, very organized One UI beta program set up. Now, what are some other things that I like? I like the roundness and the slight playfulness, but still very seriousness look and appeal of the icons in One UI4. Let's take, for example, the widgets. So if I go ahead and pinch out, the widget are now different. So the widget screen, I should say, is now different. So as you guys can see, each widget is a little bit more round, much more squirkly, but also the layout is different. Instead of having to scroll through pages, now you just right here, each app that has a widget, it lets you know, and then all you gotta do is click on it. So if you click on it, boom, it lets you know all of the widgets available, and then you press and hold and place it where you want to put it. So that's something that I definitely appreciate about this. One of the things that I like is the weather widget and weather app for that matter. Now I'm using the weather and clock widget. It's based in the weather widget section, and the widget actually moves. So like the weather, depending on what's happening, it actually kind of moves. There's also a dynamic weather widget app. So if we again go in here, go to widgets, go down to weather and click on that, you'll see that there's a dynamic weather. And I believe what that means is that entire widget probably does some animation depending on the weather that's taking place. Maybe you'll notice it most when it's raining, and you'll probably see raining within the widget app. The only thing I don't like about the widget app is that you can't expand the widget horizontally. You can only expand it, vertically. You can't expand it across the screen. So that's one of the things I don't like about it, but it is a nice widget to have nonetheless, because it shows that Samsung is paying attention. They're keeping up with what Google wants. And when you think of some of the things that iOS even has a part of their software, you see both sides of the coin learning and picking things from each other to incorporate in the software. So I definitely appreciate that. Now, of course, to go along with the weather app or the weather widget, the weather app has now been updated as well. And the icon for the loading icon has changed for the phones as well. As you guys see, the sun has some animation there, as you guys can see. Looks really, really nice. And the layout is a little bit more clean. It's a little bit more to the point as well when you think about it. And as you see, you can see the day in terms of what's going on with the weather, the temperatures in terms of high and low, the percentage chance of rain, lets you know COVID updates as well. And then of course your weekly schedule, as well as the sunrise and sunset, which has some animation to it as well. Maybe you guys got to see that there. The weather widget app is very, very nice, and of course you can click on any of this and it'll take you to your browser to do some additional weather research. Of course, this hasn't really changed too much. It lets you know the weather right there. Settings hasn't really changed much. Of course, when you click on about it, it lets you know if you update all the way, and I have mine refreshing every hour. Now, what else do I like? I do like that we still have the Google feed over here on the left, swiping and being able to see the Google feed. I like that. I can still flex it, you know what I'm saying, and we get some benefit out of that still. I like that it's a little bit more smooth, and there's a vibration or haptic feedback prompt when you use the edge panel. So when you swipe, you'll feel some vibration, letting you know you activated the edge panel. It still looks clean the way it does. Still, icons are missing, which is great. Now, one of the things that you'll notice with the beta, at least beta 1 so far, is you'll have some unplugged modules within GoodLock. So right now, multi-star is unplugged, which to me also kind of makes sense. Even though it does a lot of multitasking based options, you still have like full screen / flex mode options for your foldables, and Samsung incorporated a lot of that in One UI 3.1, and with minor upgrades or updates with One UI4 so far that I've noticed with the Z Flip3 and beta 1. Of course, beta 2 / beta 3 could add more features, could take away features, but just know multi-star, Keys Cafe, and Sound Assistant are unplugged. Now, Sound Assistant acts like it still works, but it claims it's unplugged, so keep that in mind when considering joining the beta and what is not going to necessarily work right out the box. And one of the things that I don't like, let's just say for the sake of argument, I click on Google and then the keyboard. Now, so far this is the keyboard. Now, I don't really necessarily like what the keyboard looks like right now. A lot of space that could be used for something else. I don't like that they basically moved, unless I added it through Keys Cafe. You have to click up here for your emojis to be able to use them, and then you got your GIFs, and then your stickers, your AR emoji stickers, and all that kind of stuff. You got all your things up there, including a settings button in which you can access, YouTube and other aspects that's integrated into the keyboard. And right now, one of the bugs that I've also noticed is that even though I do have a keyboard style made within Theme Park, which is within GoodLock, I noticed that the bugs that exist within the beta 1 right now flip-flop between a standard flip-flop between the color palette from when I place my wallpaper and my theme parks keyboard color scheme layout. So as I said with the color palette, part of Material U is being able to customize the phone based off your wallpaper, including the icons. Now the icons aspect is only available within the settings, but you can still choose the color palette for your wallpaper. So you swipe back out, go to wallpaper and style, and I go to my gallery because that's where I'm at. Let's see, I'm currently using this one right here. So I'm gonna choose this one right here. Oops, this is not what I necessarily wanted. So what I'm actually gonna do is go to gallery and make it a little bit easier that way. And then choose this one right here. And then also one of the things that One UI4 as well as 3.1 helped out with is moving all your settings down here at the bottom, more accessible for your fingers, as you guys can see there. Now what I want to do is set as wallpaper, and I want to set as my home screen. Now this is what I want as my home screen. Once I hit set home screen, let's see here, it will apply, and then it asks you to set as color palette, or you can skip. Oh no, okay, so you can apply it to the icons as well, which basically means whatever colors you choose, that the icons will change to that color. Now if all icons changed to that color, I think this would be a more welcome feature, but because it seems like it only applies to specific apps, primarily Samsung apps, it's a little bit harder to want to use that feature, because then that just means you have some apps that are all one color while other apps represent their own, default color scheme. So, but you get options here. Now I kind of like that initial option. You can do that, you can do that, which is nice. You can do that, which is nice. I kind of like this red. So if I hit set color palette, now aspects of different apps are now going to have a different look. So one of the ways you're going to be able to see this, now as you saw, my icons disappear because there's a little bit of a latency with the home up module from GoodLock and One UI4. Hopefully that'll get tidied up, but you'll notice some of this like within calculator. So now you see the calculator is red because, or has red accents because of the color palette I picked for the wallpaper. You'll also notice up here in quick settings the same thing, right? It's kind of exemplified before you actually get to choose the colors. Now one of the things I also like about One UI4, not to quickly jump off of the Material U aspect, but we're pretty much covered there, is that they move the brightness bar down to the bottom, and when you click on it you can choose to turn on and off adaptive brightness. Now other things that they added were, or was, or is I should say, let's see, extra dim, which means like if you want your screen to be even more dim than what it is, you just tap on extra dim and it dims it, and then you can click it again to release it from there. Dark mode is enhanced, where when you have dark mode activated, everything kind of adds an extra layer of kind of darkness to it. Your wallpapers, your icons, they actually add a little bit of additional dark mode to those aspects. And then if we click on next, some things that I don't have added is camera access and mic access. One of the things that Google has really been pushing is privacy, right? Better privacy for your devices. And one of the things that you can do is if you click those on or off, it'll allow you to control whether or not you have access, your phone has access to the camera or the mic. So that way you could control, if you ever experience somebody hacking your phone perhaps, or an app that might be using in the background when you don't want it to, you can just turn access to those features off immediately and not have to worry about it, and then turn them back on when you are no longer concerned. So those are good things to have. I'm not necessarily concerned about that, but those are nice features to have. One bug that I've actually encountered is with at first Dolby Atmos. When I initially downloaded One UI4 and then I did like a wipe cache partition before, my Dolby Atmos actually turned off when I had it on, so I had to turn it back on and set it to movie. Now I've heard some people say that they've experienced Dolby Atmos switching on them intermittently. I've not experienced that aspect, but I have experienced my always on display changing. My always on display will change from tap to show always, which can be annoying from time to time, and I just have to go into settings and toggle that off. So I have noticed that it has been reported on by other people, so I'm not going to be redundant there. So I expect that to be fixed as well. And then of course your notification panel. Now you have a slot up here for whatever you're watching. Right now I was watching YouTube via my TV, and then of course you can swipe down to get the complete access to, you know, being able to skip through the videos, scrub through the videos, exit completely. You have that up here. You can also set your notifications by last update, meaning I think your most recent notifications can appear at the top, and then you know, and then it descends downward. But the notifications are slightly slimmer, allowing for more notifications to be seen. This I have activated via Samsung Things. You will not unless you go into Samsung Things. This allows me to access the keyboard on my phone from my TV when I need to input information. So that's why I have that there. That's been a part of Samsung Things for a good little bit now. But everything in here is slimmed down. And let's say when you choose a notification, let's say I choose a Twitter one, right? And okay, Marvel's Avengers. Now we have an icon in the corner that allows you to control the notifications and the alertness of them. So if you click on it, it lets you show this notification again in, so basically snoozing the notification. That's very useful for a lot of people because maybe they don't want to see the notification because they don't want to interact with it in that moment. Click on that, snooze it, it'll come back up when you're ready to check it out again. So those are a lot of things I've been able to experience with One UI4 so far. Clicking on settings, I think I've noticed the phone charge a teeny bit faster within it, which means maybe there's been some optimization to charge times. I know all the Samsung apps have had improvements to them. As I said here, in settings, you see there's a slight new look to settings. Feels like things have been condensed to some degree, but the settings look good. They look fine. Within battery device care, you can also check your software update. As you guys see down here at the bottom, you can check your software update, diagnostics. Now you get good instead of like a number out of 100. Now you get, you know, good, bad, concerning, or whatever. I've never really noticed anything outside of good, so which is a good thing. Lets you know your potential battery life left based on how much battery you have left, your storage, your memory. A lot of that hasn't changed. Clicking on battery, you still get useful information like this. This section looks like it actually has a little bit more space than it did before in One UI3. And then of course you have your power saving and other features. Of course, click up here. You can add to your app screen. You can, you know, click on about device care to make sure that's up to date. And as I showed you guys, that's the new loading icon in for Samsung devices on One UI4 is the 4 dot spinning as opposed to the circle. Now it's convenient, funny enough, in the Samsung members app, they still have the spinny logo, but everywhere else has been that new logo. And within the Galaxy store, it appears to have some lag with it, and hopefully that's also smoothened out and, you know, improved with future beta / stable releases of Android. No really new key features that I've noticed in beta 1. Labs are still relatively the same in terms of flex mode, multi-window. I haven't really noticed too many things in terms of that. Of course, you have your privacy manager that helps you with that as well. Let's see, lock screen wise, nothing really different. Cover screen, if we check out the clocks, I haven't really noticed any new clocks be added. Nope. So there's not a lot of things that's really been added with One UI4 outside of like the Material U, and you know, if you're on a Google device, the notification panel is completely different. But with Samsung, they're keeping their things a lot of things more subtle and just kind of doing Samsung based things more so than Google based things. In display, you don't really have too many other things that's changed. So as I said, a lot of it's just been, you know, some apps have had some update looks. Of course, the icons and settings looks different. Now, if I click on this, this is also different, these icons. And this is what I mean by like the slight playful but still serious look of the icons, where, you know, you like the icons, you like the aesthetic of the new design. Features like this have been warranted. I like that, and so far it's been a joy to use. It does feel even more smooth. Bixby Routines, of course, has additional routines as a result of One UI4. One of the newer ones I use is like the phone to let me know that the phone's done charging. It was a new suggestion for me after One UI4. Doesn't necessarily mean it was new, but it was a new suggestion for me. And then there, check the camera app. So if we check the camera app, there's updates here as well. And then as you guys see up there in the corner, you guys see that green icon. It lets you know that your camera's in use, right? Which is good. So that lets you know, you get an actual physical, visible alert letting you know that your camera is in use. And maybe it goes red when you hit record, but in terms of photo, video, if I click video, you know, hit record, no, so it doesn't change, but it does let you know that the mic, you guys probably saw that, but the mic, let's see, so if I click on it and delete that, let's go back. So as you see, it shows camera. Once you hit record, it also shows you that the mic is also in use. So cool, neat, new little features like that lets you know what's going on with your device when you're using it. It's very smart. In terms of the settings, not too much has really changed or has been added. So you want to check your camera, make sure it's installed, you're good to go. Still haven't received the Samsung Pay update yet. Now, if I probably can show you guys right here, if I click on the Galaxy Store, you guys will probably get to see the spinny icon look like it's lagging. You know, now in real time it's lagging. Maybe you couldn't quite catch it on the screen there. But in terms of the overall usage of One UI4, it's almost as if I haven't, you know, downloaded anything, because that's how stable the beta still has been despite some of the bugs that I've incurred. They're not usability based bugs, they're just annoying bugs. And so it's going to be nice, looking forward to new changes with and those bugs being squashed with future beta updates and a stable release for the Galaxy Z Flip3. So let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of the Z Flip3, what you guys think of One UI4 and or Android 12. Are you excited for it? Are you looking forward to it? Have you updated your Galaxy S21 so far? Are you going to join the beta program? Let me know down in the comment section below. And I also want to say thank you and show my appreciation to all those who supported throughout the last few weeks, sending me, you know, get well soons and hope you feel better, and giving me some advice on some things I could take to get back to my normal self. Shout out to you guys, I appreciate you, and hopefully I could get out videos more often again. I don't think it'll be daily, just because my work schedule is so hectic, so I don't know about daily videos, but I will try to at least get a couple videos out a week, as long as this new schedule that I think I've created is conducive for, you know, work-life balance. So be on the lookout for that. But again, shout out to you guys. Again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss my videos, so that way you can sit back, check, see what's cracking. With your man Versatile signing out until the next video. Gotta do it for the one time. Woo! Wait for it.